And you've been teaching physics for many, many years at various levels. So when we think about physics and understanding the idea of how things float, let's grab that balloon over there. In fact, Claude's holding it for us. Let's bring that in here and use this balloon to help us think a little bit about how things float and the forces that are involved there.
Okay, well, the first force that's acting on everything on the Earth is a downward force, pulling things down. We call that gravity.
Gravity, okay.
But if gravity were alone were acting, it would fall, and it doesn't. It's going up. So there must be some sort of upward force acting on it. That's basic physics. And we call that upward force, in this case, buoyancy.
All right. And
So
we've got, so there's combating forces that are going back and forth.
And truth be known, anytime you're in a fluid, that would include a gas or a liquid, like the air around us is a fluid.
Wait a minute. I thought fluids were just liquids and things. You mean the air around us is a fluid as well?
A fluid is anything that flows.
Okay, so when we think about that, you look outside and you see the wind moving, the air particles in the air, that's a fluid. We can see the motion of that. Okay, so air is a fluid as well.
And there are equations that describe both liquids and gases that flow, when they flow. But the thing is, there's always an upward force of buoyancy, there's a downward force of gravity. If the buoyant force is greater than the gravity, then things rise.
Okay.
And if the gravity is stronger than the buoyant force, then things fall.
All right, so we can think about all these forces that are interacting, and a force in physics is simply something that either pushes or pulls, is a simple way to describe that. And we can use different measurement units to talk about that we'll get to a little bit later. So the basic principle is we have to have forces that are acting in different directions, and that's going to be a net force, and whichever net force is stronger, things are either going to rise or they're going to sink when we're talking about things as floating or sinking. If we were talking about things rolling with wheels on them, we're talking about them going forward or backwards or up a hill or down a hill, same basic principles, talking about that net force reaction. So we can demonstrate that net force on gravity by attaching Claude to the helium-filled balloon here. Now, when we saw the balloon without Claude attached, the weight of the balloon was less than the force of gravity with the helium in it, and it rose because that net force was more in the up direction. And here, with Claude attached, what do you think is going to happen? Make a prediction, kids. Do you think the balloon is going to go up or down? Is there enough helium in here to provide that force to lift Claude up, or is he going to sink?
He's going to sink.
He's going to sink, and indeed he does. But don't let all this good helium go to waste. There's something fun we can do with helium, and inside of this balloon, we've got a little helium attached. I'm going to make a little slit here, and helium is a very small molecule, low density gas, and if we inhale this, it acts to change our voices because it's moving very quickly, low density, and it'll have a funny effect on our voices. I'll take a little bit, and then you can take a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
And the helium makes us talk funny.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.